Hello everyone! I know it's been a while since you guys have last seen me, and I do apologize because I lost my voice for over 2 weeks, and it was a tough month for me because I could barely speak and I sounded really raspy and just plain awful. So please forgive me. I did want to film an acne scarring products video, which I got halfway through. I have had a serious breakout this month with period week and all, and my hormones just went crazy. I had the worst cystic acne and tons of blackhead congestion, more so than I usually experience around this time of the month. So my next video will be dedicated to the products that I've been using to clear this up. So give this video a thumbs up if that's something of interest to you. Today I did go a little heavier on the eyes. I'm wearing velour's false lashes. I'm wearing a super affordable $10 tank top. If you're curious and you want the links to anything, everything is listed down below in the description box. And actually, before we get started with the favorites, I just wanted to share with you guys that I will be doing a little fitness update. I wore a tank top today, so I'm sure some of you are curious about my big shoulders, but I just wanted to do some fitness chat with you at the end of the video, so if you want to stick around for that, please do. But now we're going to get into the June favorites lineup. Let's get to my #1 product of June, which is the Chanel Hydra Beauty Essence Mist. And ever since I started traveling to Asia, I've really fallen in love with mists. I drink a lot of water, probably 2 to 3 liters a day. I just happen to have very dry, easily dehydrated skin. So, and also all the working out doesn't exactly help that because I sweat quite a bit. But that's why a mist comes in really handy. And also when I film, sometimes I'll use a little bit too much powder. And the reason I say a little too much is because on camera, any kind of oil breakthrough makes you look greasy. So a lot of times we go heavily matte for on-camera work. But in my everyday life, I actually like a very luminous, glowing foundation look, and I don't even wear foundation every day. As most of you guys know, I'm very dedicated to my Dior Dream Skin Cushion, which I'm still wearing today, with a little bit of concealer and a powder that I'm going to be talking to you about. It's a loose powder, so stay tuned. But this energizing mist is extremely expensive. I'm going to start with that. I think it's around $100, which is an insane amount. But compared to Tatcha's, which is still really good and very deeply nourishing for the skin, I do think that the Chanel mist is extra fine. It reminds me a lot of Biotherm's mist, which is an Asia exclusive, unfortunately. It smells so beautiful, like gardenias and camellias. So if you're sensitive to floral fragrances, this might not be the right one for you, but I love how refreshing it is. The packaging is, of course, very chic, but I think at the end of the day, it really does work for my skin. So if you're looking for a splurge and you want to try something different, you want to mix it up from the other mists that are all the rage, then definitely give this one a try. Now we're going to do a little glitter chat because I wear these Tom Ford products a lot. I get tons of questions about them. Most specifically, is it worth it? Because it is quite a bit to spend on eyeshadow, but I've been using these Tom Ford cream and powder eye duos for years now, since they first launched, and I'm telling you guys, this is the best investment ever. My personal favorite is still Naked Bronze. I'm wearing the Naked Bronze glitter today on top of an Armani cream eyeshadow, but I absolutely cannot sing enough praises for these Tom Ford duos because they're so travel friendly, they're extremely long lasting, it gives you really a ton of impact for just a little effort with a cream and one powder eyeshadow. I think that there's no more drama that can come from 2 products than with this Tom Ford eyeshadow duo. So is it worth $60? I don't know if it will be for you, but for me, I like to spend very little time if possible. And so these are just really easy to blend, extremely easy to use with just clean fingertips, so I highly recommend it. A slightly more practical daytime product, this is the Soleil Collection Limited Edition Tinted Lip Balm, and this is Fathom. I have a couple of the L'Odysseyas in my car, which is the softer peachy coral toned shade, but this is Fathom, and it's more pink than red as it appears in the bullet, and I just love how tiny these are. Depending on which color you purchase, it's a little bit more pigmented than your standard tinted lip balm. For example, Lodicea is more natural on me, so I tend to wear it when I'm barefaced, but I can still pull off Fathom when I'm wearing a full face of makeup, and it still looks more like a lipstick, but it has a very nice balmy texture that's not too waxy, it doesn't irritate my lips, doesn't make my lips peel, which, as many of you know, is the main problem that I face with lip products. So if you're looking for a slightly more affordable version, more bang for your buck, so to speak, I do really like the Guerlain Kiss Kiss Rose Lip. I only use the shade Morning Rose, which is more of a cooler pink, but with 1 or 2 swipes, it just looks like a very tiny hint of light pink, so it doesn't lean so cool. Both lip balm products are excellent. I would say that the Tom Ford feels a little bit lighter. The Guerlain version is a little bit more dense. Tom Ford's lip product formulas are still the best in my opinion. They're nice and light. Now on my lips today, I have a brand new lip lacquer from Christian Louboutin, and this is from his Metallic Nudes collection. And I honestly thought that this Goldissima shade would be a lot darker on my lips, so I'm really impressed that it looks quite natural. And so I think that there's one shade slightly lighter than this. It's more of a golden pearl, whereas this is more of a coppery pearl. And I just love the way it looks so incredibly natural. I think I don't actually need the other one because I don't like a super pale lip, especially since I have gotten a little bit tanner from working out outside. I know some of you guys have voiced to me that you're not crazy about the way that this formula smells. I don't especially love it, but it is very retro. It reminds me of the Lancome lipsticks and the Chanel lipsticks from the 90s when my grandmother would sit down on her vanity and apply the lipstick, and I would beg her to let me try it on. So to me it's nostalgic and to a certain degree elegant, so I actually don't mind the fragrance at all, and it does dissipate within the hour, so it's not like it lingers all day. Of course, as I always say, different strokes for different folks, but I don't mind the smell at all, and the texture is what I find divine. So I love that it feels really pigmented yet smooth. I believe I've tried a total of 6 of these now, and every single one, including the slightly sheerer Metallic Nudes, completely covers my natural lip color. So if you like opaque lip gloss, you can't go wrong with these. If you prefer super lightweight, almost, you know, invisible lip gloss, then Chanel Glossomers are probably the way for you to go. Yes, I do realize that they're extremely expensive, but I'm personally a fan of buying a couple things that you absolutely love and really being able to enjoy them, as opposed to buying a bunch of different colors that just sit around and you only kind of use 1 or 2 on the daily. Now for my new Holy Grail mascara, this is the one that I've been wearing every single day, and I do super heavy, super long, hard CrossFit workouts, and I'm dripping from head to toe. Yet this Shiseido Full Lash Multi-Dimension Mascara, the waterproof version, does not budge whatsoever. It's actually really impressive. It makes my lashes super long. There's very little drop-in curl all day, so I highly recommend it. It's only a little difficult to remove at the end of the day, so you absolutely have to use a cleansing oil, and sometimes even then I'll go ahead and use a second round of the cleansing oil, and in my perspective that's just a testament to how effective this product is. It delivers on all fronts except perhaps volume. That's the only place it's really lacking, but it gives me extreme length and extreme curl hold and lash separation, so I highly recommend it. I think Shiseido has done an excellent job in revamping a lot of their cosmetics, but the mascaras are where they excel. Now I have discussed Atelier Cologne on Twitter and on Instagram as well as Facebook, and I reviewed this Pomelo Paradis because my friend Dana had it in Portland. Some people don't like how it actually smells like a grapefruit. They might think it's too sour or too strong, but for me it's perfect because my skin doesn't really hold fragrances very well. So I'll normally put it on in the morning and then spritz it on again before I hit the gym. And because I promised to share what powder I was wearing, I'm just going to talk to you about the Chantecaille loose powder really quickly. And I'm not crazy about the packaging because this is not travel friendly whatsoever. I've spilled spilled quite a bit of powder on my white carpet many a time, so I highly recommend leaving this on a vanity or table or, you know, sink area of sorts because you don't want it to be messy. I don't have the Chantecaille puff. I purchased the Clé de Peau puff instead because I find it a little bit softer on my skin. The Chantecaille puff that was included I gave to my grandmother because she actually likes how it feels more cottony, whereas she feels like the Clé de Peau puff is a little bit too synthetic for her. It's not necessary in any way to go out and purchase the Clé de Peau. You don't have to do that. It's just me being particular. I would say that the powder itself is a more hydrating version of Chanel's loose powder. There's no glitter in this one, which I prefer. It absorbs really well. It doesn't make my skin look too heavy or dried out. It is almost as good as 3 or Suku's, which are 2 of my favorite Japanese brands. So if you guys are interested in a new loose powder and you haven't tried Chantecaille's before, I do think this one is worth a try just because it does have great texture. And whether you have oily skin or dry skin, I think this will be suitable across all skin types, even in the summer. That's all for my June favorites. I just wanted to share with you guys that finally today I did handstand push-ups. I've been so scared about hitting the wall or falling on my neck and breaking my back, so I've been really scared about planting my feet up against the wall, but I'm now able to do handstand push-ups and kipping pull-ups, and yeah, so finally I think I am ready to make those videos for you guys, and I'm going to talk to you about my gym bag first, what kind of shoes I wear, what kind of clothing I like to work out in. I know some of you guys have asked for more affordable options because I'm preparing to film this gym equipment and shoes and apparel type of video. If you had any questions not regarding necessarily exercise, I figured I would take this opportunity to ask you guys what you want to see in that particular video before I go ahead and film it, since my acne and acne scarring products video will be next. If you have any suggestions or burning questions, please feel free to leave them down below in the comments. But until then, I hope you guys are happy and healthy. Hopefully no one else has been losing their voice due to the pollution and pollen. So I definitely wanted to get this video up earlier than later, but such is life, right? Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.